So, here's what I recommend. I invite you to download my silent prayer.
I know some people have called in and they wonder if the silent prayer is working. And I just want to take a second and to tell them that it works. You just have to stick with it.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I started doing before I even forgave my parents. And I was so depressed and suicidal at some times that I just would have to stop in the middle of my job or whatever I was doing and go into the silent prayer. And it really does help. Like, I don't have those anymore.
Amazing. You haven't seen anything yet. Doubt every thought. Bring every thought into captivity. Just let them all pass. Don't judge them. You haven't seen anything. It gets better and better and better and easier. So my gift to you, no charge. Isn't he Mexican?
Colombian.
He calls himself American.
What is this?
Anchor Baby.
And in this corner, it's the American Anchor Baby.
Daddy's home.
That's an offensive term. People find that hurtful.
You mean it's not politically correct? Excuse me. I'll use the word anchor baby. You know, he's an anchor baby in Canada.
Tell him we still rolling with Trump, too.
Anchor baby, the whole thing sounds horrific. You're just making it sound like immigrants are these horrific, greedy people.
Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo.
So you would be considered white, in my opinion.
You the blackest one in this room.
I think so.
And what happened was his mama got pregnant on the other side of the border, and then a few hours before, just before it was time for him to pop out, she jumped across the border and let him fall on American soil. So he became the anchor baby. They don't call him the anchor baby for nothing. Amazing.
We like this anchor baby, right?
Hello, I'm the American Anchor Baby, and this is my show. Thanks for tuning in, folks, on this fine Monday. It is a fine Monday to be back, okay? What can I say? Stuff to get into. You guys are all saying it already. Epstein. Is that really all the news? I bet you there's other things going on. It seems like almost like that's the only news. That's Epstein filed up. Did you hear this? Oh, my gosh, new revelations. It's funny, though. The Epstein thing is such an IQ filter. It's like such an IQ filter. And I hope to make that somewhat clear for you a little bit here. It's funny. Yeah, it's like, I'm like, oh, it's so nothing news. But I spent quite a bit of time confirming that it was nothing news. So it's like, all I have on my head is Epstein. So you got me. Fine. You did it. World, maybe even the chat. Okay, now I'm eating this chips too. Manja, but we're going to manja together, and we're going to show you how low your IQ is, okay? And then we'll get into other things, okay? We'll have a moment to get into things here, your super chats, your calls, and all that, okay? In fact, I see some of you on hold right now, and I'm going to get to you right away. In fact, I want to say hello to you too, and then we're going to jump into the news, Epstein, and all that mess. If you want to call in, that's 888-775-3773. Make sure you like, subscribe, and show a little decorum, okay? Don't be rude. Leave a like. Say hello. We're watching you. You're like acting like an animal, and we all know that you can come out of your state, okay? And it's all just one step at a time, right? So just click the like button, okay? Keep it simple. Say hello. Leave a comment, right? Come out of your animal state and all that. Did I tell you the number? 888-775-3773. We're saying hello to our viewers here on rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. Appreciate that. Our viewers on punchy.tv/Anchor Baby. And it looks like I have a little angel on Punchy. I do appreciate it. A little angel watching over the viewers on punchy.tv/Anchor Baby. Thank you for that. And, of course, my viewers here on YouTube, welcome back, everybody. How was your weekend? Very nice. See, you guys are like back to back. Epstein. Okay, I'm about to show you. But what else can we do here? 1 second. We've welcomed the people. Buymeacoffee.com/anchor, baby. We'll get to the super chats and everybody. We've berated the people to like and subscribe. Don't be rude. You know the number. You now are seeing it visually. What can I say? I mean, we got a show to get into, but I do want to say hello to Chase out of Texas. Show a little love to the cause. We were waiting from the outset here. How you doing, Chase?
What's up? How are you doing?
No complaints, man. All is well.
Yeah, it's hard to complain when all you can do is complain, right?
Well, I guess that's for the complainers, no?
Exactly. All you can do is complain, and what else is there to do? You just complain some more. Complain until it's funny, right?
That's not what I was doing, but yeah, I guess for the complainers, no? That's true.
Yeah, true that, man, true that. So
are
what's
you
up,
feeling like that?
Brother, all I can do at this point is just laugh. Just laugh. You just get to where you're like, you know what, it's funny. I don't care. Whatever I did wrong, just say, man, I'm making up for it now. Just laugh. You know?
Is this the laughter after the complaining?
No, hell no. There's way more complaining to come. Don't ever get it twisted.
Some might describe what I do here, complaining. So, hey, no hard feelings.
Yeah, it makes you feel like a Jew or something, doesn't it? Just real Jewy.
To complain?
Real Jewy. Yeah.
You know, there's some things you could say that are Jewish, I guess, but I don't know. I didn't think of that one as one. Complaining? That sounds like everybody. Sounds like what you do to call it. That sounds like what you admitted just a moment ago. That's what you do.
Right. Well, what do you do when you're like highlight?
What do you got to complain about today, Chase? What were you saying? Go ahead.
Nothing. Well, what about when the highlight of your week is when you go to see your girlfriend in jail, and you just fucking laugh the whole time you're with her?
Keep it clean, Chase.
Yeah. Keep it clean. Okay, so the whole time you're just laughing. That's your like, it's great, right? Like 2 hours after you're done, like laughing with this chick, you're like, oh my God, what have I done with my life? That this right here is the highlight. The woman you were living with? Yeah, the one I had staying here. She's still staying.
How does your life? How is it a movie like this? So you were just living with her a moment ago. So I knew this was how it was going to go down. I'm like, I was like, what could he tell us here? I take the call as she's in jail.
Shit, she's in jail. She is in jail, and you know, and I told her like a million times. I'm like, I'm gonna just dox her name.
Don't dox her name.
Don't dox her name. Okay,
not her last name, not her full name, right? It sounded like that's what you were about to do. You can't really, you don't really dox with it. But anyways.
No, and I'm just like, Kayla, you can't do this. You can't do that. There's no reason for you to do this. Yeah, but it's fun. Okay, well then. Like, I've watched this chick get money for free by, like, winking at dudes, bro. So remember when I was staying up at the VA? Right?
Yeah.
Like, the cops brought her up to the VA one time with no jacket. It was freezing outside. She had no jacket on. And I come out there, like, she's in the back, and I'm joking with the cops. I'm like, just take her to jail. I don't want her. Just take her to jail. She can sleep in jail tonight. And I said, what happened? It was some guy some random black dude just like comes in the house. She left the front door unlocked twice.
Yeah, that's right. That's all coming back.
Yeah.
A random stranger. She's calling you because
she told me
a stranger's in the home.
Yeah, just comes into the house and was sitting here on the couch,
but was totally nonviolent. Called you instead of the cops. You called me about it.
Yeah. She was on the phone with him one night.
We're listening to this story like, what happened, Chase? Like nothing happened. Apparently it was fine. Now this lady's in jail. I almost want to ask why, but it's like this person's a real person. I don't really want their private details.
She's real. She's been on the VC. I think like a couple of people on here have met her. I'm trying to get my I'm trying to get my what's it called back? My goddamn Discord back, dude. But I can't, dude. It's the one attached to
So
this
this
number.
is lore now. This is lore for my Discord people now. They're like they've spoken to this woman.
Yeah, oh, yeah, they spoke.
What an
Yeah,
absolute mess,
Yeah, they
Chase.
talked to Kayla. I've had Kayla jump on.
You love
and
this
talk
mess. Did you apologize to that woman,
I
by the
don't
way,
know.
when you went to
Someone
jail?
Someone told me you're head over heels for this girl. I'm like, no, dude, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Yeah, you are. You love this girl. Okay, maybe I do.
This is love?
No, I mean, bro, she's in jail for something that's like I've told her a million times. Stop doing that. Like,
Did you apologize to her when you went to for enabling her?
Hell no.
You know, I'm not saying that you're at fault for her actions, but if I remember, it sounds like you definitely like, you know, whatever, Clyde in this.
No,
you let her live there. You let her live longer, if I may borrow a phrase. Is that true or false?
Well, yeah, she took care of the dog. She cooked. I remember one time she cooked a ton of food. She's like, please come in and eat this. Please, I just want you to calm down. I just want you to be in blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, I'm sitting here looking at this shit like, you know, you're so hot and you're so stupid at the same time. And
he speaks so fast, I don't know if he just cussed there.
Oh.
Chad, I don't know. I don't even know if he speaks so fast. I don't even know.
Yeah.
He said my bad, so I guess he did. And he knows better.
Yeah.
But anyways, Chase, this has gone long enough. Did you apologize? Anyway. I didn't hear a response. Did you apologize to her for that?
No,
I don't know. I don't know how else to put it because you agree, right? You're helping her live longer.
You can't apologize to a girl like this. I've been trying to tell everyone you can't apologize to her.
Is it true that you're helping her live? Is it true that you're helping her live longer?
No. She wanted me to take her to some kind of rehab.
Anyways, Chase, I appreciate your call. Take care, man.
No, what do you want me to tell you, dude? It's gonna be funny or it's not gonna be funny. It's just
What?
Okay, man. Help me get back on Discord. Whatever the hell can happen.
Bye, Chase. You know, I think I've done that twice. Taking or maybe 3 times now. When am I gonna learn? Taking his call at the beginning when it says just saying hello. Talk about nothing. But hey, we wish her well. But I'm not doing that anymore. I wish you well, Chase. You love your hell. You love your mess. But I'm not doing that anymore. Look, we got some news to get. How about we jump into it? Epstein. Oh my gosh. What's real? What's fake? Nick, I saw this thing, and it's like they're cooking up babies and doing satanic stuff. And this thing about Bill Gates, and this thing about, and I'm seeing the internet go nuts. I'm seeing the public go nuts. And this is such an IQ filter. It's so good. Yeah, sorry about that, chat. No, you guys we're on the same page, right? Yeah. I'm not ever doing that again. Call him with a question or comment, Chase, man. It's not personal. We don't hate you. Just like he's a little emotional, he takes it personally. But that's retarded. So where were we? This is such an IQ filter. Because what's going on is a post is coming up on X. You're scrolling and a post is coming up. You're reading it and you're saying, wow, this is crazy. And there's no space, absolutely no space. There's absolutely no space between like what you're just reading and what you're believing. And let me see if I can. How do I even go through some of this? Because now my brain is mush. I'm like, wait, there's other news happening, and I'm looking at my packet. I'm like, I ended up Epstein braining myself. I ended up making my brain mush. I don't know what else is happening, and I'm like, I only have this verification that this is low IQ nonsense. Okay, this has been a heavily investigated, litigated stuff. And whatever, there may be other things, right? Because there's, as it stands, even more documents remaining. So, so what does that mean? Could there be blackmail and all that? Maybe. But then on that as well, what you can conclude then also then that this is that there's nothing here, right? You understand? Like for the true blackmail, we want true blackmail revealed crowd. Unless I'm wrong here, someone could call me. I'm not like an expert on this. There's like they say there's 6 million documents. That's what they report. They say 6+ million documents, and it's just funny. I mean, I'm not someone that knows. I asked this without knowledge. I mean, with all the receipts that someone can accrue in a lifetime, receipts, documents, emails that you send, texts. I mean, maybe it's feasible. It's maybe feasible that there could be 6 million documents tied to you. I mean, can you accrue such a number of documents? I mean, it's fine. But for that crowd, it's like, okay, fine. There's nothing for you. For everybody else, it's like your brain is getting nuked. You're getting one-shotted. You're getting nuked by mere allegations, mere phone calls. Someone just tipped it in like 20. It could be like some rando calling in the FBI like, hey, FBI, I'm an Epstein victim and I'm a victim. Bye. And then they hang up. And then they're posting that, right? That's like now an unredacted thing. They're posting that and you're getting one-shotted by that. Your brain is going goo goo gaga, like it's just nuked. You're like, oh my gosh, new Epstein dump. And in some of this there are like actual emails, correspondence from Jeffrey Epstein. And some of those are pretty funny. Like he's kind of a cool guy. So let me run down this because I don't have it in any kind of order. But to summarize some of what I was just saying, essentially, you have, well, I mean, where do I start with this? How do I help you out? How do I anchor this for you? Because how about there? We'll start with Epstein files. Let's start with this classification, this title, right? The client list, Epstein files, quote unquote, right? See, many of you are just like, okay, this is easy peasy stuff, but you gotta have some patience, okay? For those who I just named, have some patience for the others who are like still thinking Epstein files means like a Rolodex, like some kind of like Rolodex, or some kind of text file or something. It's like, just release it, bro. Like an actual list of Epstein and all the people he interacted with and the crime perfectly, perfectly indexed. Yeah, Prince Andrew, and how many children did he order? No such thing, right? Like, no such thing exists, right? So Epstein files, it's like all the just various documents, correspondence, texts, receipts, purchases, online purchases, emails, flight logs, also, also commentary of various agents and people viewing all these logs and just their comments on that. Sometimes, interestingly, the content is redacted and only the comment is released. If you're not understanding that, it's that's a very sneaky way of showing something. Why not just show what you were commenting on? But so you understand, this is this collection of the Epstein files as it's known. All sorts of materials held by the DOJ, FBI over various investigations. Okay. And so already on that, you gather one truth, so to speak, which is all these files I'm talking about have been through the eyes of various prosecutors and people who have the ability and the duty and all that to, if they saw something, to say something, essentially, right? Well, they got all these files. Yeah, sure, it's not a Rolodex that's clean, but look, all the things that you aren't seeing, someone saw and decided not to investigate it. They decided that's not credible, or I'm not going down that road, whatever. ignoring, right, the asterisk of blackmail and who's getting protected here. An unknown, right? An unknown. So where was I? This is all getting released because of this law, right? This what is it? We call it a bill. Law, yeah, the law. Epstein Files Transparency Act, okay? You may have heard of it. November 2025. And mandates this release of all unclassified records related to Epstein and his associate, Ghislaine Maxwell. With all sorts of deadlines and stuff and rules connected with it. Something like some of the only things that they can redact or censor, it's like victims' names and like medical records and like actual like depictions of abuse. Okay, so those were the rules. This release is in line with this legislation, and that's how it's going down. But it's crazy how this is going to be, I think it's going to be a thing for a bit. And now, I could be wrong. I hope I am. But I think we're going to be seeing the right wing and X just kind of every now and again, just Epstein tied this new link to this Epstein dump and this file. And it's going to be so much mess. Let me see if I could kind of describe what I mean. Where do I start? Because I don't have this in any kind of order. I mean, how about this? Cat Turd. Are you familiar with this individual? This is a account on X. Cat Turd. Now, I don't know what his... I don't know if this is the guy right here, by the way. On the right here, next to Donald Trump. This is like this has been an X account. I think a pretty darn popular X account for some years. Kind of known, right, like pro-Trump, like MAGA, online MAGA circles, okay? Just always been just, I mean, he's heavily criticized for that. 4 million followers. He's heavily criticized, like as a Trump sycophant. If I wanted to throw out some of the worst, I guess, things against him, but I don't know. Anyways, just speaking freely here, I guess. Cat Turd here. Whatever. Frequent pro MAGA poster. Like, why am I trying to do like a whole character or a bio on this guy? Like, you know what? There's a reason. The reason is because I get this impression that he's far more. He's just like this normie. The type of person he is like this normie Trump supporter. That's why I'm trying to kind of give you a view of who this guy is. Also older, I think Gen X or something like that. Kind of give you a view of who he is. This and the type of person and the IQ nuke this whole Epstein file dump is, right? This guy is retweeting something about this individual here, Bill Barr. Okay, Bill Barr. I was getting confused. With somebody. He served as United States Attorney General. Okay, was he in the Trump administration? I forget. I was getting confused with somebody. Yeah. AG in the first administration of President Donald Trump from 2019 to 2020. Bill Barr. Okay, he's a guy. There was this. I'll tell you the nature of this latest Epstein file release, right? But look at Cat Turd. He's like, doesn't surprise me one bit. What doesn't surprise you about Bill Barr one bit? You know, it's some pretty nasty allegations that apparently Bill Barr, Attorney General, former Attorney General, and friends with Trump, was present during some room where terrible abuse was happening to some girl. And Cat Turd, the normies who all followed, they're like, wow, doesn't surprise me one bit. Yep, Epstein stuff. Yeah, Bill Barr here. By the way, Bill Barr has never, let me tell you, Bill Barr has never been credibly named in any flight log and that he was there or anything at that island. And what is the very allegation they're even commenting on? Look, here's the JPEG. This is the very image. Did he even read this image? It's in the post that he reposted. This is from the yes. This is in fact an unclassified document from the FBI. But what is it? What got unclassified? This was sent 2019. Okay, this was an alleged letter by some person, and it goes like this: some person, and it's redacted, the name and the details of whoever called the FBI National Threat Operations Center. It's a public number you could call to identify herself as a victim of sex abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. Person's name redacted, provided the following information. So in 2019, this person called to say that in 1994, she was a victim of sex abuse by Epstein. Described the abuse that occurred, and then in 1994, that an unknown man abducted her. Just an unknown man abducted her from her home. And then she just suddenly awoke. Look, this is what it reads. She later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z, while Weinstein had inserted, anyways, terrible details. You understand this? This is insane. Do you understand what's happening here? This random person called in 2019 and said, hey, Jay-Z, I got abducted by a random man, and Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein. I woke up and Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein were raping me. and you understand and Cat Turd and the normies are nuked here. They're like, yep, doesn't surprise me one bit. He's never been credibly named in any document where he's like over there. You understand what's happening here? This release is, this is why I'm saying this is going to be, I don't know, I think it's going to be a topic maybe for a month, 2, 3, 4. How long do you think this will be going on? How long do you think the right wing will be absolutely destroyed by this? We'll see. Let's watch. 1 month, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will it be this year? Will it be this whole year that the right wing will be just gone? I don't know. We'll find out. So that was just one example. Now there are again, it's a matter of scrutiny. Like what kind of how does your thinking work? When you read this, did you even stop to read the nature of this? Now that's not to say the emails. If it's an email from that JAV-E whatever vacation email that and it's from the FBI, if it's from the government website dump, yes, that's most likely Jeffrey Epstein, confirmed an email correspondence from Jeffrey Epstein. But even with that, you got to have some scrutiny. There's a number of emails that you can confirm are in this dump from Jeffrey Epstein that he sent to himself. And it looks like a conversation, but it's with himself. You got to have some scrutiny and leave space. Why would it's like he's having a conversation with himself, but it looks like it's with someone else. Again, even with the confirmed emails with Jeffrey Epstein, what was he doing there? Why was he having a conversation with himself, emailing himself, but making it look like a conversation with someone else? So it's you gotta. I will get to calls. Bear with me here, okay? I got baited, and I'm Epstein brained here. We got maybe some other news to get into, but you got to see how low your IQ is, some of you. Okay, I got to show you. And so there's some real things too, which is hilarious. The Xbox thing, look, we'll get into some. I'll show you that, okay? But you guys got to see how low your IQ is. Bill Barr. Let's see what else here. The Goyim. Ball. His bank account. Okay, this is crazy. Look. This guy, look at this. You guys got to see this. There's this document, okay, concerning his bank account. And on this document, you got to take this in. And then we'll get to calls. And then we'll maybe take a break from this, come back. Because you got to see how low your IQ is. Let me see how I can show you this. Everybody's tripping over this release document. And let me see if I can show you, if I can zoom in or something. It's hard to see there, but that says BAAL dot name. Okay. This is on a document that's supposed to be, okay, if you can see this line here, that says BAAL dot name. On a line that's supposed to read bank name. And then there's the bank name right here. There's the actual bank name as expected on the line bald name, right? Wachovia Bank. People are taking this to mean that the bank account or the bank that Jeffrey Epstein, dealt with, that the name of the bank is called Baal, B-A-A-L, like some sort of a demon named in like Hebrew text or something like that. Baal. They're really taking it like that. When obviously that's like, that doesn't even make sense because the typo is not, the typo, the mistake or whatever that is not denoting the name of the bank. It's simply the line that reads bank name. And so it's a strange typo, but it doesn't make sense in the way you guys are saying that it's the name of his bank and all that. It just says that clearly meant to say bank name, not ball name. And if it did say ball name, then explain to me what the heck does that mean? Ball name? Ball dot name? This is how low your IQ is. I want to play this. Why isn't it playing? It's unmuted. And then we'll get to calls. I'm unmuted here. I'm getting this impression that something else is wrong. There's a reason why you can't hear this. That's not good. Because if you can't hear this, I gotta fix it because we can't do the show. What's going on? Why can't you hear this clip? Okay, just trust me, this guy's an idiot. He's like, bro, his bank name was Ball, and it's like some demon. He's a Satanist. So just trust me, he's an idiot. But man, what's going on with the sound? Let's test something here, folks, and then we'll get to calls. Are you guys hearing this? I'm not hearing this. And that's not good because that's actually really important. Hold on, folks. Just sit tight. Okay. Okay, that's actually really. I can't show. Didn't I just show you guys a clip? No, I was just showing you cat turd. I was just showing you images. Yeah, somebody get Bill. Like, I can't do the show while I try and troubleshoot here. But why? I mean, it seems like James was doing his show fine. What's going on? Thank you, sir. They're getting Bill, they're telling me. It seems like James was doing his show. I don't understand. Let me troubleshoot everything, folks. Let me do it all. Let me see. Da-da-da. That's good. That's good. That's right. Folks, I'm trying to fill in the dead air too. While I troubleshoot this, you gotta troubleshoot, right? You gotta like go step by step. You gotta troubleshoot the stuff. I'm playing it from here. I got it unmuted here. That's over there. Yeah, I'm trying to get audio from Studio 8. What am I doing wrong here, Bill? I just muted everything. Can you unmute Studio 8 again? You'll notice it's not. I'm playing something from Studio 8 right now, but it's.
All right, let's try again.
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope. Kind of can't do the show. Let me see if calls work.
And the volume is it's not muted on.
Yeah, I tried this already.
I forget what you did.
Oh, what? Now it's coming out of the computer, though.
Oh, I see.
Did you just do something, Bill?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because you turned that off.
Right.
So now it's coming out of the computer.
Is there anything that you can like turn off and
Hold on.
Hey, Douglas, New York. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
nice. So calls work. How you doing, Douglas? I appreciate your call. You're on the air.
Yeah, I talked to you one time before. I sent you an email a couple times about we had this discussion before about the panel verse, like as in like all-in shows and all these different things.
Totally, man. Yeah, you know what? This is not the place to discuss that. Apologies, but I'll get back to you via email.
Okay. Well, we can talk about whatever else, because I see you're talking about the Epstein files and stuff, too. I haven't paid any attention. Like, that was one of the first things I talked about. Like, I'm like I know you're having technical issues, so I'm on the walk through the dead air with you for a
Thank
moment.
you, man. So, that is true, though. I mean, sorry, you just said that you haven't really heard much about it, been following it, but have you seen this, like, have you seen any, has the buzz been big enough that, like, you've seen this recent dump, anything on your page or anything like that? Big allegations and all that?
Well, I've seen that, like, everyone's talking about it again.
Right.
It seems like every year, there's, like, a dump of new documents, or sometimes, actually, they recycled, like, that airplane list, like, 3 times, and each time different groups of people got excited about it, it was the same information. They just keep releasing the same information. I don't know about this new document, that's why I haven't really paid any attention, because it's just been the same thing over and over and over again, like a recycling. Is there new information here?
It seems no. Well, personally, there's a lot of documents, so I really don't know. It's not like I've gone through it myself, but it doesn't seem like it. It seems like what's really grabbing the attention in the news right now is the most sensationalist claims, but they're also the easiest to disprove, or at least show that they're not credible. And nobody's doing that. That's crazy. The vast majority of people following this are just not really. They don't really care about true, credible allegations of blackmail, if they exist, or anything like that. They're really just low IQ masses, because the easiest, most sensationalist claims that are easiest to verify or show are not credible. They're just not doing it. They do not care about that. So it's basically a bunch of nothing. If there is something with Epstein, guess what? For those who do care about it for the real reasons, I guess if you're out there, you're getting nothing either, I don't think.
What I did see, but this is why I haven't really looked at it, because it's like the information is intentionally emotional, like to get you emotionally activated to just start looking and not seeking the truth, but instead to like just emotionally digest this information and take the narrative that they're pushing. So I did hear that, like, the new information was going to be full of bait, and that sounds to be like what you're talking about. It's like people are taking bait. They're not looking at the claims. They're not being specific about what they're saying. They're repeating information that isn't actually entirely true.
Yeah, it's like very, very. It's like an IQ filter. This is very, very low IQ. Like the allegations on there's the floor is open too, like the number is open too for someone saying, no, this file that got released is deep. Look at this. But what everybody's commenting on are mere, like, someone just calling the FBI and saying, but I swear Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein raped me. LOL. And then the FBI wrote that down, and that's part of the file dump. Seriously.
What? No,
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. There's literal calls in 2019. I was just reading one I was literally just for those who just want to back up the video a little bit. We were literally just dealing with it. They're calling in 2019 saying, "Hey, by the way, FBI, I got raped. I swear I got raped in 1994 by Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein, and it's real. I swear." And people are commenting on this, and the normies like the big MAGA guys and Cat Turd, they're like, "Yep, I knew it. It's all true. It's all real."
Well,
They're getting
fascinating that
nuked.
all
Their
of a
low
sudden-
IQ is getting just nuked by some of this stuff.
It's fascinating too that like this is all happening. Like they waited till AI is like fully unleashed, where you can't even like. Then again, that's a whole nother layer of deception. So is it AI? Is it like what's the pertinent information? How do we get to the truth of the matter? Like what is really the focus here that we should be looking at?
What was your question?
Like the AI, they waited to release this information until AI is like a main thing. So
what do you mean by that?
Like AI, they've been talking
I don't
about
know.
Epstein.
I guess your conjecture or your speculation, it's like this Epstein dump is like, look, as far as I'm concerned, it's part of this legal process with this Transparency Act that they passed, and so now all these files are getting released. It's just legal. I personally don't think it's a conspiracy. I don't think they're releasing them to psyop the people. If they are, I'm not thinking about that maybe or whatever. I'm just not thinking like that. But I personally don't think they have to psyop the people, because if you notice, on mere allegations, someone just calling in an anonymous tip, people are losing their minds over it. And so I'm expressing it how this is a low IQ nuke in that sense.
Well, it is like an IQ test for sure. But like with the AI, like I saw a picture of Epstein holding Bill Clinton, like in his arms or something, like this morning. Like there's all of a sudden all these other like deflection arguments at the same time. Like it is an IQ test in many ways, I guess. It's like how do you find the truth, though?
Yeah. Well, like personally, what would you want to? Well, on that question, I think about. Actually, on that question, I think about Jesse when he was saying the people who are interested in this stuff are just messy. You just want to gossip. So I'm
right
for that reason. I'm not even interested.
Right. Yeah, it's just because it's a lot of hearsay anyhow too. It's like it's all hearsay really. I mean, anything that we're reading about what people we haven't met are talking about and what they allegedly said to one another. It's like the most advanced form of hearsay there is, and there's a reason we're not supposed to gossip, and kind of like the end result of gossip, really.
Big time, man. They're losing their mind. The right wing is showing themselves to be really stupid right now, and I think we'll see how long this topic. I don't know. I'm gonna watch. Will they be enthralled by this for a month, 2, 3, the whole year? And again, I'm being specific here. I'm referring to how easily they're being excited over like verifiably false things that in the very image that they're sharing says we've determined that this witness was not credible. It was an anonymous source, and it's just funny because they're tripping in the chat right now. It's like I just showed you how it was an anonymous tip from some rando. And you want to stand on that?
Right. Because it fits whatever they believe. So they're just they're looking for things to fit their own beliefs, and for whatever reason, that's what they choose to identify with. Like that information, that lie, or like it's really difficult to navigate, honestly. It's like there's obviously reasons it's been talked about for 5+ years.
If you think it's difficult to navigate, then it's not for you to navigate. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyways, Sir Douglas, man, anything else you want to say here before we move the wheels?
No, thank you for taking the time. And
of course,
I'll shoot you an email again. Hit me up, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna respond to you, man. That sounds like an awesome opportunity. Call me again, Douglas.
Right,
take care. 888-775-3773. Let's keep rocking these calls. We got Zenny out of Canada. How you doing, sir? You're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, Nick?
All is well, sir.
So, hear the big topic of the week is this Epstein drop.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to discuss a little bit.
For sure.
Because I mean, like this, there's this salacious conjecture claims against Trump, which, like in the files, it shows that person that made the claim, they determined like had a mental illness or something, or like they just said they weren't a credible witness.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when people are talking, well, if you've read any of what's been dropped, I mean, I haven't read everything. That's not for sure. I'm just going on
probably seen the
what
same
I'm seeing on social media. Sorry?
We've probably seen the same things.
Yeah,
it's not like we went and read the files, right? We probably both seen the same things.
Yeah, they're coming out as people are finding like the most interesting files. Yeah, they're making the Instagram posts about them, and then we're seeing them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the emails I think are the more interesting portion of that's what most of them are. They're emails from Epstein's personal email to various people talking about various topics.
True say.
And sorry?
I said true say.
Yeah, so I think those are the more interesting files, and sure, you could just say like, yeah, they're all made up, but I mean, I
didn't say that,
honestly.
Not
you. I'm just saying. I'm saying people could
on a
claim.
fact basis, I'd have to agree with you, because like the fact that Epstein actually wrote them just already makes them more interesting. I mean, that's that's verified correspondence of Jeffrey Epstein, like someone who on the mirror being such a viral name, it's like, okay, what was he talking about? I guess. So sure. Yeah, I guess.
And so I'll just like let's say, so I'll read you one. In a 2018 email, Jeffrey Epstein recounts laughing about Jews controlling the world. At my dinner table, I asked, "Why are you right-wing guys so anti-Semitic?" One said,
"I was going to comment on this one.
Historically, we all know it's actually been the Jews behind the government pulling the strings. I said, "Like who?" And one pointed at me, and they all started to roar with laughter. ... Guilty. This is an email that he sent to someone.
Wait, but where are you getting the guilty part?
No, it says, it's in the email. It says, and one pointed at me, and they all started to roar
with laughter. ...
Guilty.
But where are you getting guilty though?
No, he said guilty.
That's not in the same email
guilty.
I'm looking at. I'm looking at the email that came from the government website. It doesn't say guilty. It says roar with laughter, and then he continues. He says, me? And one guy said, how do you explain in only 3... Oh, my bad. Sorry, I didn't keep reading. Guilt plus 2... But he's saying guilty. He's saying guilty about meeting with Princess Prime and other ministers, not about controlling the world. If you read the English, just on the syntax of the English, to be fair, that's what he's saying guilty to. He's saying guilty.
And one guy, how do you explain in only 3 days there have been princes, prime, and other ministers, emissaries, plus 2 presidents of world bodies. Guilty.
So
funny, wish you were here.
Were you living that part out?
He had all these people of influence over.
But you did. Like, but you threw in the guilty earlier. Were you?
I was reading something of this summary from the.
Okay, well, throwing in that guilty.
Email.
It's a tiny point, but just for the matter of accuracy, I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, like, does that change things?
It does, like, because in the summary, the guilty is he's saying, oh, I'm saying guilty to pulling the strings of the world. But no, they left out the line when he's simply talking about meeting with prime ministers and emissaries and presidents of world bodies, and he's saying guilty. Yeah, I did meet with those people. And he's saying, and by the way, I was going to comment on this too.
So funny. Wish you were here.
Yeah, he says, so funny. Wish you were here. I thought this.
He's laughing about it because it's funny, because it's true.
I thought
that's why it's funny.
Well, I thought it was just him being cool.
I mean, it's pretty cool to control the world.
He's obviously being cool. I thought this
until
was
until you're in hell for the rest of for all eternity.
I was gonna mention it too because I thought it was funny because here's what I got from it. He's hanging out with right-wing people, so-called anti-Semitic right-wing people. So you know what I'm saying? Like he's not so judgmental. He's just like, consider the vibe of a room where you're hanging out with an so-called anti-Semite who hates you, but you're asking them all these questions about, well, why are you guys so anti-Semitic? Like, it's obviously chill. He's obviously a chill guy. He's obviously super chill, and it's obviously super chill to talk about these topics, and it shouldn't be censored. We could talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like, powerful people and pulling strings and just, it's obviously chill. Jeffrey Epstein's a chill guy. These right-wing people in this email are obviously chill guys. And that's how I took this email.
You didn't take it as him like admitting that Jews control the world?
No, he's obviously fighting that. You're not understanding that from this email. He's
No,
obviously
he's not fighting it at all. He's basically admitting it in a coy, like jokingly way.
Oh no, Zenny. Did you just get nuked?
No, I think you're the one getting nuked.
Wait, hold
bro.
on, Zenny.
You're
wait,
literally
Zenny.
getting nuked.
No, wait,
You're literally.
wait, Zenny.
I think you need to rock
reading
that.
the same
You know that half zip. You know that half zip that Nick Fuentes is the.
Yeah,
Epstein,
I think I saw him
you should rock that,
on
bro.
X. I think I seen
You should
that
put
on
that
X.
on right now while you're defending him.
No,
He's
but on
doing
the
everything.
English, no, but on this
he's
email,
cool.
man,
He's a chill
clearly,
guy. He's just raping little girls and filming it and then blackmailing our politicians so that
Where did
your
that
standard
happen?
of living
When did
falls
that happen?
every
Little
day.
girls? Now you're making things
Yeah.
up. You literally got
Little
nuked.
girl. There's pictures of him with like 7-year-olds on his lap. What are you talking about?
I'm not familiar with that, so I'm not like an expert on this. So if you say so, then
I know you're not. You don't sound like
if
one.
you say
really
so,
don't
then
sound
so
like an
whatever.
expert.
That's what Zenny
You
says.
sound like you just want to
You say
defend
so?
the worldview that you guys have defended for the last however long you've been on the channel. Oh, there's nothing wrong with the Jews. Jews are fine. Don't worry about those Jews. Israel's great.
I didn't say any
I'm
of
just
that.
a good goy. You see how many times they were talking about goyim in the files? They're talking about how
I've been meaning to look into that. I saw Asmongold comment on
sell the
that.
market, and then the goyim can deal with the consequences because that's how the Jew makes his money. You see that email?
I saw Asmongold talking about that, and I've been meaning to look into that.
Yeah. You should cover all this stuff, man. We're not talking about the salacious claims. We're talking about
But that's
the
what I'm
actual
talking
information
about.
that's in the email.
I'm talking about how many people.
But
are
you're dismissing it
you
like
didn't see
it's
how
like,
many people are
well,
talking
this is
about
nothing.
that. That's what everybody's
We're talking
talking
about
about, Zenny. They got nuked in the head. And by the way, I'm just saying on the syntax of this email, you just got to be clear. He's obviously disagreeing with the right wingers. I don't know if that's.
Wasn't.
I don't.
No,
That's,
he wasn't.
That's
he was
obvious in
joking
his
and
email.
agreeing with them. He was jokingly
He's saying,
agreeing
"Why are
with
you
them,
guys so
saying that,
anti-Semitic?"
Oh, yeah. You mean me, the guy who's meeting with all these princes and presidents and emissaries? It couldn't possibly be me. Haha, so funny. Wish you were here. Yeah, right, man. What are you talking about?
That may be in between the lines, but I'm just saying in this email, that's what he was saying. He's
it's
saying
in between
he
the lines, and
disagrees
it's
with
obvious
those
for
guys.
everyone who doesn't
But
have
anyways,
a bias that's defending Jews. It's pretty obvious for everyone else.
Okay.
And I'm Jewish,
Why
bro.
are you mad at me about
it's
that?
completely obvious to me, and it's in the emails. It just proves everything I've been saying is completely right.
What?
Everything I've been saying is right.
Like
There's literally emails about him emailing like scientists talking about transgenderism and him trying to say that it's good and he should be foisting it on youth and stuff like that. And then
what's that
what
proof?
happened? Well, it proves that there's some type of nefarious. We all knew there was some nefarious evil behind this transgender thing that was just promoting. Like, where did it come from? It just came out of nowhere.
I don't
and people were just like cutting off their tits and their genitals and things like that, and that's like it's crazy. And it's just like,
well,
where
who's
did this
disagreeing
come
with
from?
that? Who's fighting with you on that though? Yeah, it's
no,
that
but
transgender
what
stuff
is
is
the
evil.
source of this? There's a nefarious source, and that nefarious source happens
Is Jeffrey Epstein?
Jeffrey Epstein and people like Epstein who want to subvert
but see
and
that
destroy
you read an email from Jeffrey Epstein and you concluded all that. That's not normal
the first
thinking.
Transgender. You know where the first transgender procedure was done, and by who?
Where?
Germany, in Berlin.
I mean, aren't they like
right before Hitler came to power, and it was by a Jewish person.
Well, they have like this liberal bend, no? They have like a very nasty
they
liberal
created
bend.
liberalism, and liberalism is destroying the world that we love.
I don't necessarily
world that we
disagree.
grew
I
up
just
in.
don't make all the conclusions you make. But I don't know why I'm an arse.
Well,
I don't know why I'm an arse for that.
Start solving this
Yeah,
problem,
there's a
or
lot of
else
liberal
keep on
Jews.
going.
There's definitely a lot of liberal Jews.
Yeah, and even the right wing Jews don't care about the country they live in. They only care
The
about
right wing
Israel.
Jews want transgenderism?
No, well, I don't know. Maybe some of them, but
Well, help me understand, because that's what you're saying. Then
No,
that's what
no,
you're
no,
saying.
I'm not saying
The
anything about
right-wing
right-wing
Jews
Jews
too.
want
They want
transgender.
transgenderism and global.
No,
only.
I'm not saying anything about. They probably don't. Most likely, the right wing.
Thank
Jews
you.
don't.
So
But
that's
the thing
all.
about
That's
that,
all I'm saying. But I'm an arse because I'm being level-headed about it, and I'm saying the right-wing Jews aren't going to be the transgenders. Like that's just obvious.
No, that's not. I'm not saying the right wing Jews anything about transgender. I'm saying even the
That's
right
what
wing
I'm saying.
Jews, when it comes down to nationalism, they won't let white people have their own nationalist country.
Okay.
They care more about Israel than they do about America or Canada or any of these countries.
Yeah, when it comes to like the nationalism thing.
Yeah, they don't allow the nationalism. Their
But
whole
wait,
liberalism.
but even on that, what about the right-wing Jews who've now like gone Trump and all that? Maybe you don't
Yeah,
trust them and believe
there's
them,
a-
but
there's a
doesn't that
couple.
mean they now agree with the nationalism of the white man?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Trump hasn't been doing that great for the white man. Amazing.
But that's different than what I just asked you.
What?
The right-wing Jews, you're saying that wouldn't ever agree with the nationalism of the white man. Well, now they're with Trump. So whether you trust them
I know,
or not,
because Trump is.
they're
Trump
for the nationalism of the white man. So what say you?
Because Trump is also probably Jewish, honestly.
So you want
this guy was bragging about his daughter becoming Jewish, like, oh yeah, you're going to hell. That's awesome. You don't believe in Jesus, so you're going to hell. That's great. Congratulations, my daughter. Only a Jew would talk like that.
So you won't answer. You just went to something else. What are you talking about now?
No, I'm saying
you're talking about Trump and his daughter.
Probably Jewish. Trump's probably Jewish.
But yeah, I know you. Oh, so that's what you used to bring up to deflect. Okay.
Because I'm saying, like, the right-wing Jews support Trump because he's an Israel shill, not because he's a nationalist for white people.
Right. So if that was true, then whether it's honest or not, in effect, they're supporting the nationalism of the white man. So what say you to that?
No, they're not.
Okay.
I said he's not a real nationalist for the white man. He's more giving $6.5 billion to Israel.
Maybe not for real, but in effect,
just did.
Because they voted for him. Therefore, I'm saying maybe not for real in their hearts.
More
but
white people voted for Trump. You know how
him.
small the Jewish population is? More white people voted for Trump.
But Zenny, you're forgetting the order of events in this conversation that we're talking about. You're forgetting the order of events in this conversation. We're talking about those Jews right now, not the left-wing ones, but the right-wing ones.
Yeah, and the right-wing ones
you forgot.
Doing great. What are they doing for the white man?
Do you want to answer a question from the audience?
Sure.
We got Alan at I think I messed up. Zenny, can you call me back? I may have done that. That might have been my fault. Hey, Alan, what's up? Detroit, Michigan?
Oh, yeah, dude.
I think I just boomered it up.
You accidentally hang up on him?
I think I just boomered it up, maybe. And I may have accidentally hung up on old Zenny there. But, you know, he's practically a Zoomer, I think. So he's pretty quick with it. I bet you any moment.
I had a question for him.
I want you to ask him. I really want you to ask him, and I really want you to hold on to that fire, because you know Zenny's quick with his fingers. Isn't he practically a Zoomer? I bet you, any second now, he'll call right back.
Have you talked to him before? I feel like I've heard him on the phone before.
Zenny loves Jesse and the crew, and he's been supporting for years. What can I say?
I got you.
And if can I get you on the air with him? Let me get you on the air with Zenny, okay?
Oh, for sure. Thank you.
Hey, Zenny, is that you? Let me unmute you, Zenny. Appreciate the patience, man. You're on the air with Alan.
Can I get you on the air? Hi, buddy. How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So, okay, look, I got a question for you. I've been listening for a while. I should have heard you on the show before. Yeah, I get the we're allowed to say you, right? That's fine.
Yeah, man.
Okay, word.
I mean, care about Western society.
Like, deep down, dude, like, I understand. The skepticism.
You're not allowed to hate the Jews on my show, though, but yeah, you can say Jew, but you're only allowed to love
I'm not going to say any, like, slurs. I'm not going to do anything hateful. I'm just saying. All right, word.
Okay.
So, like, I get it. I understand the skepticism. How old are you, Zenny, if you don't mind me asking?
What does it matter?
I'm just curious. I mean, like, I'm young. Like, I'm 21. Like, are you 20 to 30? Or are you older than that?
Yeah, I'm in my 30s.
Okay, so I guess I'm just curious, like, sure. I mean, but, like, I understand the skepticism of Jewish people. I understand the weird coincidences. I understand where the money goes. And there's, like, genuine, verifiable stuff that we can see and go, oh, that's not good, that's corruption, we should be mad at that, right? I agree with you. What I don't understand is having to, like, force more into it. Like, yeah, Jeffrey Epstein said guilty, but I think he really did take that out of context, and I think you were just looking for whatever page you followed, assuming they're probably not super, big on the Jews, right? Did you just, like, get that from Instagram or Twitter?
Sorry? Well, I didn't hear the last thing you said.
That, like, the thing that you were talking about, the guilty quote. Like, did you just see that on Twitter? Or something?
That was from Instagram, yeah.
So, do you remember, like, what page posted it? Like, is it a page you follow?
I don't know if I follow them or not, but...
Okay, I was just curious. I guess all I'm saying is I'm fairly certain you got a little dupe, probably because I'm assuming you probably consume some anti-Jewish rhetoric content every so often.
Bro, I'm Jewish, by the way. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm Jewish, so.
I didn't.
So he's.
So what are you worried about?
So
Are
he's
you worried
allowed.
about Zionism?
I'm not an anti-Semite.
All right, well, then I'll ask.
I'm just a pro-truthite.
So that means he's not a low
So
IQ
are you-
anti-Semite. That means he knows a little bit. I don't
Yeah,
know
no,
what I'm
totally
saying.
fair. I'm not even
What's
making
your
fun of
question?
him.
On the ground floor, bro.
I just want to understand.
I'm not saying
I
all
am
Jews
mad
are bad people.
at
I'm just
Jewish.
saying that.
Yeah.
So what was your
But I
point
just
about
wanna
the
say,
Instagram
like-
content there? And then we can ask him another thing, just to wrap that up. What were you?
No,
what
my
were you
thing is
thinking
that
about? that?
I'm saying that I think that we've kind of reached this like event horizon of anti-Jewish, like they're running the world shit stuff. My bad. Where it's like we have so much evidence of like shady business people who happen to be Jewish doing shady stuff, and yet we're still trying to find like conspiracies. Like we've been trying to find the Jewish conspiracy for the past 200 years, right? Little to no evidence has ever come out. We've seen this like cabal of more Jewish like executives and stuff getting caught doing corrupt stuff as of late. I'm happy about that. Get them out of there. Not because they're Jewish, but because they're doing bad things. I just don't understand why the conspiracy needs to go on. And that's why I was asking you how old you are, because it just seems pointless. Like we can be mad at the like actual government. We don't need to have some like shadow government to be upset with. You know what I'm saying?
Tell
But
him
like,
why is it
it's
important to you,
bullshit.
Zenny? Yeah, tell him why. Then what is it? Your angle? What is your angle then, Zenny, for him? Help him understand what is it. Why is this important to you?
Being mad at the actual government is just a ruse because they're being controlled and blackmailed by these people that we're talking about now, the Epsteins of the world, of which he's just one of them. Like there's probably more than just him running these operations that are blackmailing politicians.
Okay.
They're blackmailing politicians, and they're directly affecting our standard of life. Like I don't know if you've noticed. I'm sure everyone has noticed in the last 10 years, standard of living has gone down significantly in all Western countries, mostly due to mass migration. And that is also something that the Jews are very in favor of because it helps them being that they are a minority. When they were a minority in a white country and they're the only minority, they stick out. And they don't like sticking out. They don't like being oppressed and being othered. So they are the ones, they're lawyers, they're judges, and the people that are in influence, they're the ones who push liberalism and this idea of multiculturalism and then mass migration. So we're going to be seeing some real bad things happen in the next couple of years because we don't call this stuff out. In Spain, they just made a law that said that 500,000 of their illegal immigrants could become like citizens or something. Not citizens, but they could get their papers to work.
And the Jews did that?
They had a hand in it for sure.
Help me understand this because
it's a leftist party. It's a leftist party, and
leftist
liberal ideas come from Jews.
But help me understand,
Jews
are the
created-
Jews
Jews
giving 500,000
Jews
people
created
citizenship in
liberalism.
Spain?
Not the Jews directly. I'm saying the ideas and their influence. Mass migration and the idea of like even like a Jewish person created the idea of the melting pot.
But Zenny,
That was a Jewish idea.
and yes, actually I'm familiar with that. I think I learned that just the other, was I watching the Hake Report? But look, even if I accept those things you're saying about the liberalism of the Jews and etc., it sounds like so far, unless you have an answer, maybe you have an answer to this, what I'm about to say, but it sounds like you don't have a definite like proportionality in your mind about it, where yeah, you could say yeah, many Jews are liberal and they had a hand in, for example, the civil rights, but you're going to tell me that can you definitively put on the shoulders the exact blame, like, you know what I'm saying, like the communism in the world and the liberalism in the world, are you positive of the amount of blame you can give the Jews on that? Because if the answer to that is no, you're saying yes, I'd like to hear your answer. If the answer to that is no, then
I mean, like I don't
you have a
like
responsibility a bit
equation.
to hold your tongue a bit in a sense. But you're
can
telling
I
me yes.
say one last thing? Can
Go
I say
ahead.
one thing? I can't.
Yeah, please.
I gotta go.
Alan, you gotta go, but please ask your question.
I'm listening. I'm just saying, dude. I just don't understand. Like, okay, liberalism, sure, whatever. I don't. Yeah, you don't have to like the idea of like migration policies. That's fine. Argue that. Like, we're not getting anywhere in this country, and this is my genuine opinion. And what I'm realizing is because we have to make things up to be angry at, right? We need to inflate situations, right? The left with the Renee Good thing. Oh, she's so perfect, she's doing a thing. But on the right side, you say, oh, she's a terrorist, and she came there to kill ISIS. No, She's a dumb person who drove a car into a person with a gun. End of story. Bang, bang. That's it. We don't have to be mad at these conspiracies. We can just be mad at the thing that happened. So when I hear people say, oh, the Jews or the Muslims or whatever are controlling this thing that's inherently bad, you don't have to do that. You can just say that the thing's bad, and you can fight the thing. Because fighting the idea of the thing, fighting the conspiracy behind it, apparently, is getting you nowhere. All it does is keep us fighting each other, keeps us tribal, keeps us continuing to want to stay with our own people, and make us hate everyone else, because that's what gives government powers, right? Nationalism is typically how governments obtain the most power, because it gets people to go into warfare mode, right? Gets everyone on the same track. Oh, we got to go fight the common enemy. Except the enemy, unfortunately, right now is our own government. And all I see is people saying, oh, but it's just because they're getting blackmailed by XX, whatever. It's just because the Somalis are coming in and frauding. No, we can just be mad at fraud as a concept. We don't have to be mad at some, I don't understand the point. You're saying you're in your 30s, and you're still, looking for some big conspiracy, when all you have to do is read the news and go, that wasn't good, I don't like that. And I don't understand what the point of wasting your time trying to find evidence of a Jewish conspiracy is. And that's my claim.
I don't have to find, it's all there in the files now. I don't have to really look too far.
Right, but the thing that you found in the files was a deliberately misquoted thing.
People have been arguing about immigration before you were born.
You found something.
People have been arguing all these issues you've been talking about before you were born, and I'm arguing about the source of the issues. The source of the issues is how you
the source of the issue is something that we've been trying to find for hundreds of years, and we haven't found it. All that's happened is we keep getting worse anyway.
We can find it.
I'd like to ask Zenny about that.
But we're not going
to.
I don't think it exists, personally. I don't understand the point.
Well, I want to ask Zenny about that.
You don't think Jews are ruling the world?
One at a time, fellas. Alan,
There's
you said
7 million Jews in America out of 380 million, and the majority of our
How many million?
government is white rich men. 7 million people.
Oh.
7 million Jews in America compared to what, 380 total? Do you genuinely believe in your heart of hearts that our government, predominantly run by white Christian men, do you genuinely believe that this amorphous group has so much power that we're the American
I want to ask him that
so
sort of,
powerless.
Alan. Hey, can you call us
That is
again,
ridiculous.
Alan?
It is absurd. Yes, I just needed to get that off my chest.
It's not absurd, bro. It's the truth. Go read the files.
888-775-3773.
Go read the files, Alan. You haven't read them.
So Zenny, I mean, if there's anything we could have wrapped up, it's just thoughts on how you could, and personally, I don't even know how much blame. There's a lot of assumption coming from my end, maybe, sir. But put it like this, if I may just simply ask you or whatever, I mean, thoughts on the amount of blame you're putting to Jews, essentially, and how you justify it, and if you're even doing that.
Well, I just think the people who create the ideas are that's the issue, right? I mean, I'm not saying that you need a, final solution or anything like that, but you just can't allow these people to have outsized power over Christians, and that's what's happening right now in the country, and we're seeing the effects of that, and it's not good.
And how is it that they're Jewish ideas? You're saying how is that?
Yeah,
how is
Jewish
it like
ideas
that?
of liberalism and and this open society. You know what the open society is, Nick?
Yeah, but it seems like a lot of people are, it's easy, it's far more
but
than
they
just
created
Jews.
the idea. They're the one who formed the idea, and the
How
ones
much
who are
does that
funding
matter
the
now?
idea and changing textbooks and making children's history textbooks biased towards certain agendas.
When you say
that they
create the
want
idea,
and
you
things
mean
that.
hundreds of years ago or something?
Well, yeah, sure.
Does that matter now? And that's a sincere question.
Of course
I'm
it
not-
does.
I'm not-
It's affecting. Look how much liberalism is affecting.
Well,
the Western
how does
world
that
right
matter now? If
Literally
you have,
about to destroy
what
it.
about all the other people who adopt the isms? They don't care
Yeah,
who created it, but here we are with
They're
all those
they're
people.
wrong too. I'm not saying the left.
Right, and so this is what I'm getting
great.
at. How much does it matter today if you have all these other people who've adopted the isms and they're just as bad? How much does it matter who created it if it was hundreds of years ago?
Because that's the source. Will
And that's a
always
sincere
matter.
question. Maybe I'm ignorant. You were saying, go ahead.
The source will always matter, especially when the source is still having an effect today on society. When they still control the media, they still control Hollywood, they still control social media, they control everything, literally. And they're forming everyone's ideas. They're letting us see this for some reason. They're letting us see this. Yeah. This is them. They're letting us see this for some. They're not letting us see the whole thing. They're giving us a little bit and with no context to a lot of them. There probably will be no. I heard today that DOJ says there's going to be no further like arrest or anything from this. And it's just like
From the Epstein stuff?
Yeah.
Is there like something, did you see something that's like, well, here it is, folks, the
Arrestable?
smoking gun. Why aren't they arresting them? Like, is there something
I
you saw?
I heard Jay-Z fled the country. Like, I sounds like that guy is pretty guilty or something.
But this is why I'm asking you, is there something you heard, is there something you saw that has Zenny thinking, you know what, arrest this citizen, my fellow citizen, this person is a criminal. Is there something you saw? Or is it just hearsay?
John Podesta
or is it just hearsay?
Brother. The Podestas definitely need to be arrested. I have no idea how.
And you're saying this on hearsay or what? This is what I'm asking. Like Jay-Z fled the
basically on
country,
hearsay.
man, and it's just on hearsay?
Either hearsay or, I mean, like, they didn't necessarily arrested or just, like, I don't know how they just haven't been dealt with. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, you see the art that this brother makes? Of, like,
It's weird,
being
bro.
tortured and stuff like that?
Yeah. You know what? I got to say, I'm saying it's weird, bro, but I never even looked into Pizzagate. I saw like maybe I've seen like some random posts on it. You're asking someone who's
it's
very
horrible.
ignorant on this.
Absolutely,
but even with my
disturbing.
ignorance, yeah, the stuff I saw looked freaking weird. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's absolutely disturbing, and like I wouldn't recommend anyone look into it because it is traumatic and disturbing. But like this is a thing that like subjecting Goyim. One thing I really want to know. I know they weren't doing this to Jewish girls. Were they just doing this to all like white Christian?
Wait, what do you mean doing what?
Girls?
Doing what to white girls? What was
Abusing
Epstein
them,
doing to them?
Raping them, maybe killing them, torturing them.
Maybe killing them?
Yeah, well, probably killing them.
Yours is probably then babies too,
I
right?
mean,
probably
it's
babies
in
too,
the
right?
files.
How many babies do you think, Zenny?
A lot, probably a lot.
Bro, this
Probably
is
a lot.
retarded, man. That's
you don't think that they're sacrificing kids?
I haven't seen anything to suggest such a thing. Why? What have you?
Yeah, there's
Like what?
emails. Yeah.
What
I
email?
don't have them directly in front of me.
What email, bro?
There's emails of him saying like, "Oh, you can kill this guy."
A Javi vacation email? No, there isn't.
Yeah. No, there's emails of him discussing murder.
One of those untitled emails, maybe.
I'll call back with all the.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I don't know, but it's maybe one of those untitled emails. But maybe,
I think you need to ask yourself why you not want this to be true.
It's
like,
not that I don't want it to be true.
Want it to be true.
I'm just
When it's
fascinated
quite
by how
obviously true.
easily. I'm just fascinated by low IQ traps. Okay, and like anonymous. And again, you got to understand. This is in my mind right now. We're talking about these anonymous things. You're saying there's like some credible email or something. Hey, maybe it's true. But again, you got to understand how I'm responding to you here. In my mind, I'm responding to this anonymous BS. I'm not. It's not that I don't. It's not that I'm hiding it and protecting it. I'm just fascinated at low IQ traps. It's fascinating.
What's low IQ about the emails though?
Well, again, you like I just stipulated. Unless you're talking about some like one of these more credible like Jav vacation emails that you're talking about. I don't know what you saw. I'm talking about. In my mind, we're still talking about these anonymous tips. These the emails he sent to himself, which are all fabrications. Or you know, I mean something else by fabrication, but I'm not trying to spend too much time here. Or those anonymous. Or those anonymous things that were sent into the FBI too that look like emails, like on those things. No. If you fell for that stuff, that was a low IQ trap.
Well, I'm not talking about that.
Okay, well that's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about.
And you told me you're going to call me again when you get this email, right, or whatever, which is not even that interesting.
Yeah,
I'll
call you again with more emails. I'm sure there's tons of stuff we can talk about.
I'm not like against or for it, like dude, don't do it, or do it, bro, do it. But that's where we were leaving that conversation. So totally, man. If there was some super credible thing you saw, like one of those Javi whatever emails, send it over, whatever, we could totally talk about it. I had fun talking to you, sir. Go ahead. You were saying?
Okay, bro. Have you ever heard his voice?
Yeah, dude. I was watching videos of him, and I was like, I almost don't believe it because I've seen so much AI stuff of him that when I see this interview is him just talking, that I'm like, I almost don't believe it. Right? It's like I've seen more AI stuff of you than him actually talking. But what were you thinking about his voice? What do you mean? What were you gonna say?
I don't know, man. I just feel like we've never heard his voice for some reason. I feel like, how have I never heard his voice before? And I see that in the comments weird. On literally every video. They're like, why have I never heard his voice before? And he sounds weird. Like a caricature. Like he sounds like so Jewish. It's crazy.
Sir, can you call me again?
Yeah, brother. All right. Have a blessed
Take
one.
care, man. Back at you. 888-775-3773. Yeah, it's just like, I think this is from an alleged 60 Minutes interview. On my notes here, it's not very, I don't have any like notes on the credibility of this video. But this is the video that I was watching and thinking to myself, oh, darn, Bill was probably in here earlier. That was probably why he's trying to get my attention, trying to fix this. But then I got enthralled with the calls, you know, and it's like there was no issues to the show. But, you know, like we did run into this earlier. No audio. Okay, so Bill, man, I'm sorry if you were trying to get my attention or something. It's hard to do all this stuff live, and then I take a call, right? Yeah, because it's not working. So, like, I have no audio. So, if you were trying to get my attention or something, Bill, my bad. You're trying to do all this live, and it's not working. So, so come back down here and help me out, sir, because it's not working. Let me unplug this and replug it in. Maybe that'll do it. Okay, that ruined everything. That broke everything. That broke everything. Let's see here. Limited or no control, no activity. I know it didn't stop the stream, but it broke this computer. Okay, so yeah. That's not how you do things, folks. Hold on, folks. So Studio 8 audio? Were you trying to get my attention earlier, man? Sorry, I started taking calls and then I'm sorry, man. It's just you're trying to do this live, right? But essentially I unplugged this and plugged it back in. What is it? It looks like Studio 8 is bouncing.
Score or whatever it is, your credit's not good.
That's Jeffrey Epstein's voice. Oh. Back there somewhere? Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. So this is Jeffrey Epstein's voice, I think, allegedly. If you wanted to hear it. And you know what? His commentary on the 2018 the 2008 financial crisis, I gotta say, spot on, absolutely spot on. You want to learn something?
The real enemy of the finance system was Bill Clinton. And if you ask me,
I'd say it's deeper than Bill Clinton, but he is spot on in his analysis.
What and who caused the financial crisis? I would tell you it was Bill Clinton.
Because of what Bob Rubin and he did to deregulate the financial system?
No. Because as of the last time we had our 60-minute interview, you talked to me about home ownership. And you asked me whether everyone should own a home. And I told you, no, it's too risky.
So the financial collapse of 2008 is because of hardworking...
Right? I was feeling like I've never seen him speak like that, so I'm looking at this, I'm like, is this AI?
African Americans...
But listen to the response to this, wait. Based blacks and Hispanic, blacks and Mexicans 2008 financial crisis is because of brown people? It's their fault? But no, it's deeper than Bill Clinton and brown people. It's like because everybody feels bad for brown people. Because they believe in the racism and the ism of racism. Literally just a mere thought. You believed in a thought, a lie. And a whole financial crisis. They literally upended the economy and had a whole financial crisis over it. Because blacks and Hispanics they're just supposed to have homes. Everybody's supposed to have a home. No, not everybody's supposed to have a home. They cost right? Like that's just not a thing. It's not a human right to have a home.
The financial collapse of 2008 is because of hardworking African Americans, Hispanics, and whites who wanted to have a ownership stake in the society that all rests on their shoulders. They're the culprits.
No, not at all.
Okay, then
I didn't say they were the culprits. I was pretty clear. It was Bill Clinton.
You could say it, Epstein. It's all cool. It's all cool. Somebody give them the pass. You could say it's their fault. No. I'm messing around. But yeah, you understand, right? They believed in racism, and they upended the economy over it. I don't know if I've ever heard that financial crisis, really described that way, right? Because they had all these, they were lending out, they were giving mortgages to all these people who shouldn't have been getting mortgages, and it all collapsed. Okay, all that credit, all those subprime mortgages, all that credit, all these people started defaulting. It was variable mortgages, so suddenly their rates started changing. All these people who are already on the razor thin edge, it's over. People were belly up, but they were selling those. They were trying to push those as much as possible, though, because that's movement, right? You got people in debt. You got people, they're activating, they're buying homes. You're getting the commission. It's movement. We're moving. We're making money. It's Wolf of Wall Street over here. But I've never quite heard it described like that, though, that you really had a top of government approach that said, hey, Fannie Mae, hey, those creditors, and I don't know if they're the government or not, but they seem to be activists. Fannie Mae, those creditors, it was a top-down government approach that said, hey, no more, we're continuing the civil rights movement, fixing the historic wrongs. They need to have homes, apparently, because that's just a right. And it was racism that kept it out in the first place. All lies, boom, economy, literal financial crisis that some will argue we have yet to recover from. So that's interesting. But based? What's going on here?
Okay. Why was it Bill Clinton? Because Bill Clinton wanted to get votes from those people. And he sold them the idea that instead of renting in a house, and historically the values of houses have gone up, and he said, you guys in these local communities who haven't been able to afford a house before, I'm going to show you a way. I'm going to give you a way, because I'm sure I'll get your vote, that you can own a house, because I want your vote. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let you buy a house, Mr. Bannon, when you really, you're right on the border, maybe, or not even on the border. Your credit is not good. Okay, let's be honest.
I'm sorry, we're not going to play this whole thing, but obviously, based Epstein, well-spoken individual there. But I'm sure I hear he did a lot of very not based things. I don't support those things. Okay, do I need to say that? But look, that right winger comment thing, I thought that was him being cool as hell. I mean, that's heck, right? I thought this was just proof Jeffrey Epstein was a cool guy. Yes, I hang out with right wingers, and yeah, we openly talk about anti-Semitism and Jewry and what they think, and I'm not gonna trip. I let them respond. That's obviously Epstein was being obviously cool as heck here. What else here? Trying to move down this fast. The Xbox thing, yes, that was real. By the way, this is real. Okay? Let me show you. I'm proving to you. Let's go on the government website. Let's go on the DOJ website. Let's go on justice.gov. Okay? No, I am not a robot. Okay? I am over 18. We're on justice.gov. This is from justice.gov. This is, in fact, an email from Microsoft support or whatever, from Xbox Live to JEE vacation at Gmail, confirmed email of Jeffrey Epstein. And he got banned. He got banned from Xbox Live. Notice of permanent enforcement action, harassment, threats, and or abuse. What happened? This email is to notify you that your Xbox Live account privileges have been permanently suspended due to harassment, threats, and or abuse of other players. This conduct has been determined to be severe, repeated, and or excessive. Why we enforce the conduct that caused this suspension may include, but is not limited to, obviously this is just like one of those automated emails that go out. So he may have done all or nothing of these following, but threats of death, verbal abuse, profanity, griefing, extortion or manipulation, libel, defamation or slander, stalking, display or transmission of personally identifiable information such as name, address. So yeah, it's confirmed. He got banned on Xbox Live. This is actually truly, this is confirmed. What you guys are saying? He was saying N-bombs maybe. Amazing. Let me see here. So this is real. That's not fake news. Xbox did, in fact, send this email to Jeffrey Epstein's confirmed email. Let's see here. Right-wingers. Okay. If there's one thing that was confirmed about Trump was the 2003 fallout, which has been heavily documented. It's forcing CNN now. They're out there on CNN responding to this like, okay, hey, we got to even help out our viewers. You're getting nuked by the low IQ traps. Yeah, if there's anything that's confirmed here from this dump, it's, yeah, Trump did, in fact, that fallout you heard of in 2003 when Epstein was, you know, apparently was getting a massage. He's getting a massage from one of the younger employees. It was, she alleges nasty behavior from him, and he was banned right away. Anyways, this 2003 fallout.
Journal report.
If anything was revealed as that was further proven.
It's a spa worker.
That Epstein did not like him. Okay, Epstein had problems with him, and it felt like he was that Trump was even till like 2017 and 18 and stuff. 2019, I think, even emails between him and Steve Bannon, just talking about how, like, man, he probably hates that I'm talking to you, Bannon. Because anything with me would just look bad because he knows he's got a terrible reputation, one that Trump cut ties with.
Epstein. The Journal reports that a spa worker from Mar-a-Lago often made house calls to Jeffrey Epstein's home 2 miles away. But those house calls, quote, came to a halt in 2003 after an 18-year-old beautician returned to the club from a house call to Epstein and reported to managers that he had pressured her for sex. The HR manager faxed Trump a letter suggesting that the club ban Epstein, and Trump agreed, which does mirror the president's own public comments about why he cut ties with Epstein. The White House is responding to the Wall Street Journal, writing, no matter how many times this story is told and retold, the truth remains President Trump did nothing wrong, and he kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago for being a creep.
He cut ties with Jeffrey Epstein long before Epstein.
So, you know, they're just confirming what some of those things, something he's repeated over. Something he's repeated there. So you're maybe familiar with some of that, but they're just rehashing that for you. But okay, so what else? Oh yeah, just like, you know, the satanic rituals and stuff. Like, how many babies did they order, huh? Tell me, what evidence? Nick, there's evidence. Of course there's evidence of that, Nick. There's fertility rituals with babies. Look at these weird elites. This is how the weird elites are. Did you read the one about Esther Cohen Tizer Epstein? Who, I don't even know who that is. This is an anonymous letter. This is an anonymous tip sent in. And this is what I mean by low IQ traps. If you just read this, you would just laugh. All you have to do is simply read this thing, and you would laugh. You don't even need context. You would just laugh. But it's shocking. The millions of people, probably, I don't know where I'm getting that number from, the 6 million people who have read this and are like, oh my gosh, Nick, Holy crap, what the Epstein files reveal is insane. The Satanism of the elites. It literally reads like a Reddit, like a 4chan meme of this person, this Esther Cohen. Look at his name. Esther Cohen Tizer Epstein. I don't even know who that is. It reads so fake that this person went there. I'm at St. James Island, and it's almost vulgar too. But that they used a turkey baster, okay, and then some fertility ritual. It's just so ridiculous. I'm trying to not be vulgar too, but let me see if I can pick it out. How ridiculous it was. You know, that this elite person with this, they went and got their youngest daughter. And at first, Jeffrey was furious, but I pointed out that, oh yeah, okay, this alleged anonymous lover of Jeffrey Epstein was impregnating her daughters and staggering them by 8 years so that Jeffrey Epstein would have a supply of ripe girls at his disposal. He bought me a house, donated $50,000 to gender studies program. By the way, he's a weirdo, and paid for my youngest daughter so that I would send him a pint of Mormon blood every week. Are you taking this in? It's like, how do I make up a story and throw in every Jewish conspiracy in one line? That's not to say that, like, well, let me think. What was it like? What am I trying to bring up? You know, there's like real emails, and he mentions Goyim or something like that. But you got to take this in. This is what people are losing their minds over. Someone literally wrote a little story, said, supply of young women and Mormon blood. Ha! Isn't that crazy? And we're supposed to sit there and believe that. Thank you, Jeffrey. You helped so many people. By the way, I haven't said anything to the feds yet, and won't, as long as those money orders keep coming. Who writes that in a letter, right? Hey, Jeffrey Epstein, I am your real lover. By the way, you better keep that money going, or I'll go to the feds. And then it ends. Look at how it ends. I'm Esther Cohen Tizer Epstein, and I approve of this message. It just reads fake, like. And you got nuked. You got nuked over it. You understand? You got nuked. And the FBI themselves are saying, by the way, they have to slow walk you through this. Like, yeah, by the way, this one was an anonymous tip, and nobody even attempted to confirm it because, like, everybody agrees this is obviously fake, right? So we did not attempt to follow through and confirm this. No, alias. Are you joking? You're saying I'm a moron. I have to assume. I'm going to assume you mean I'm a moron because, you know, there's like a real thing, and this is like the red herring, and I'm missing it, right? Because there's no way you're reading this and thinking, Nick, you're a moron. This is obviously real. No, alias. Really? Not my baby. I mean, I know I'm your baby, but no, alias. Really? Are you not joking? Are you thinking that I'm a moron for not believing this letter? No way. No way. I'm just a little shocked. We got some calls to get to. I want to get to Rick out of Hampton, Virginia. I appreciate your call, sir. You're on the air.
Nick, my brother, what's going on with you?
All is well, sir. Go ahead.
Man, I got a question, man. Suppose, like, President Trump sent the FBI down to Fulton County, that corrupt county. And anyway, let's say they prove corruption. Do you think they'll give President Trump another turn because they can prove that it was corruption that stole it?
I don't know. That I do not know.
That's a good question, though, man.
I personally doubt
because, I get it too. But they did steal the election if they can prove it. You see what I'm saying? I mean, if they can prove it, even though he won 2 on his own, and he can prove that they stole that one, that might be a special case there, Nick. What you think?
It's super interesting. I mean, Pam Bondi wrote this letter with demands, essentially, to Minnesota. And I think this was the same day that they were receiving the voter rolls from Georgia. And the news, the media at the time was like, this unprecedented desire to get these, these voter rolls from Georgia. What's going on with this guy? Pam Bondi sent Minnesota a letter too saying we got basically 3 demands. I don't know what came of it, but one of them was we also want your voter rolls. It's like, what does that have to do with ICE and immigration? But it might have everything to do with Minnesota, and I would love to see why they want those voter rolls. Personally, I want to see why the Trump administration wants them, and I say give it to them, and let them look at whatever they need to look at.
Now, what they want for President Trump?
What do they? What's your question?
No, I'm saying what you said Minnesota wants for President Trump.
No, Pam Bondi, the DOJ was requesting the voter rolls from Minnesota.
Oh yeah, because President Trump nearly won that state too.
Exactly.
I hope they do bring up some corruption, man. Because the more corruption they can bring them on the Democrats, the more people. But you know what? It's so funny, man. People will still vote for them folks, man. They really will.
Totally.
I truly believe that they will still. Now, like I said, over here in Virginia, with this governor they elected, I was telling Jess, I said, man, this woman here, man, I'm telling you, she's raising taxes. If you sneeze hard, she's raising taxes. Even, the Grubhub and DoorDash, she's raising taxes on that. She's raising taxes. Like if you use gas, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I've been hearing about some creative taxes coming down the line, and I'm hearing about a driving tax. Have you heard about this? In fact,
no,
I heard, in fact, I heard, and let me look this up live. I heard, because I was talking to somebody about how California wants to start a driving tax. Then you basically get taxed for every mile you drive. Doesn't that sound insane?
Are you serious, man?
In that same conversation, that same person then told me, and let me confirm this, that there are states right now in America, there are states that have such a tax. I heard that there are states in America with a per mile driven tax. Is that true? We're asking AI. Yeah, apparently yes. Apparently there's a vehicle miles traveled taxes, as they're called, VMT, in Oregon. There's one in Oregon right now. The first state to roll it out seriously. It's a 1.9 cents per mile. What do you think of that? That's insane, huh?
So they basically charge you to drive. So you
to drive per mile driven.
God forbid you got to drive an hour to work every day.
Yeah. Insane,
wow,
man. But that's what's going on. Rick, I appreciate your call, man. Anything else you want to speak on?
No problem, man. Well, as always, man, our brothers and sisters, man, have a great week, man. Do what's right. And let's continue spreading and just trying to wake some of these people out that are in a diabetic coma. Wake them up. Because we are here to wake them up.
Right on, Rick. Call me again, sir. Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Love you guys. Y'all be blessed.
Back at you. 888-775-3773. I want to continue with my calls here as we come to the last bit of the show here. I do appreciate it. I don't think we'll have the time to get into the AIs are the AIs. Well, we're talking about a bunch of nonsense. And in the background, the AIs have created their own social media. There's no people on the social media. It's just AIs. It's AI agents. They talk with each other. It's no humans. They talk about us. Also, Philadelphia. Yeah, good luck. I mean, I hear Philly's a mess, and I bet you I know why. This is a recruitment ad for sheriffs. You want to be a sheriff in Philadelphia?
In the building. Out there's no there's you ready? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Hit me one time. Oh.
Is it over?
Oh, I got my boots on the ground. Yeah.
I don't think those ladies are catching anyone. Is that just me? Maybe the fellas on the bikes. Maybe the fellas on the bikes might. But these I don't think these ladies in the middle here are catching anyone. What? They kind of be hitting it though. They're kind of hitting the moves though. I gotta say, they kind of be hitting it. That little fan move. Whoa, female officer is hitting these. Sorry, I was speeding, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just messing around. I'm just messing around. But I was trying to break it up, okay? Change of pace, okay? Then back to calls. We got to get right back to these calls, but what's up with Philly? Actually, you know what's up with Philly, but what's up with, is this a black thing? Like, I have a collection of videos like this, actually. I actually have a whole collection, a treasure trove of videos in the black community with, like, people in these mascot costumes just tearing it up, usually. I think this is Juke and Bob. I believe what we're looking at is Juke and Bob, not your regular SpongeBob. But you know, it's just I actually have I have a collection. I actually have a lot of these videos, so we might have to go through them one day. 'Cause I have like a large amount. I have like a large amount of these videos. What can I say? Wow. Okay, Juke and Bob. Very cool. Let's get to some more callers. I appreciate you waiting patiently. We got Mark out of Los Angeles, California. Appreciate your call. You're on the air.
Yes, sir, Nick. I wanted to mention follow up to Rick's call about the Fulton County scandal.
Okay.
My question is Rudy Giuliani going to get his money back? Remember, he was sued by the black women that were voting officials. He claimed that they were suffering emotional distress because he claimed they cheated. Well, now we know they did. Well, we're going to find out that they did. Does Rudy get his money back? They got like $10 million or more out of him.
And then, we didn't really hear much about him after that, huh?
I've seen him on TV a couple times, but he didn't mention anything about the lawsuit. You know, he had to give up a lot over a rigged election. And I don't think they're going to let Trump do another 4 years. I wish they would.
Me too.
Because if somebody steals something from you, you have the right to get it back. They stole 4 years, out of his career as the president. But
remind me of the. I think you already did a pretty good job of it, but how did they bring that down against Rudy Giuliani again?
Well, they claimed I don't know what their names are. Two black fat women that had to do with the Fulton County voting. I don't know what their positions were or what they were called. But apparently Giuliani claimed that cheating went on, which now we're going to find out that it did. So they sued him for slander or something like that. And it probably was a black jury down in Atlanta, probably a black judge. Black people don't like Rudy Giuliani anyway. So probably a rigged jury, civil jury, found him liable for all those millions. And if you look at the women, they didn't suffer any distress. You could tell they were just fake tears. We want his money. Let's get Whitey. That's all that was. I'm just hoping that he can recoup his lawsuit, because that was totally unfair. I don't know if anybody's going to go to jail for it either down there. Fulton County's evil. It's just like Philadelphia, evil. You shouldn't play that nasty music, man. Leave that jungle music into the ghetto. I can't stand to hear it.
The juke jams, don't really get you going.
I never heard of them.
Maybe we have to culturally enrich you.
No,
you have to call me one of these Fridays, and maybe we can.
Hey, what is your schedule on Friday? What's the
same
deal?
time? I pretty much come. Well, I come on after the Fallen State on Fridays.
What time's that?
Pretty much 12-ish, because the Fallen State ends at different times. Sometimes it goes for an hour and a half, and it starts at 11. So I pretty much go live as soon as the Fallen State is over.
What time does your show end on Friday?
And that one also is varies on Fridays because I could go on quite a bit on Fridays, but usually around 2 to 3 hours plus.
It's the same number?
No, it's a different number on Fridays.
You display the number, right?
I do.
Yeah, because I tried to find you, and all I saw was a picture of an airplane flying in the sky.
Yeah, that's when you see that picture, that's Fridays.
Yeah, but nobody was saying anything.
A little patience.
Well, I did. I kept going back, and then I gave up.
I understand, Mark, but thank you.
It's noon till whatever on Friday at a different number.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. But yeah, was that supposed to be a recruitment? I can't see it because I'm on the phone. A recruitment video for Philly sheriffs?
It was.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that woman, I don't know if she's the sheriff or what she is. Black woman. She's either the chief or the sheriff.
Rochelle Bilal.
She's a dummy, man. What's her name?
Rochelle Bilal.
What a fool.
I
mean,
is she Muslim?
She's over there. Huh?
Is she Muslim? Because in the comments of her social media, I see a lot of people say "Assalamu alaikum."
Yeah, probably.
She
But
looks black to me,
mean,
but anyways.
She's totally incompetent. All she's talking about is trying to fight ICE.
Yes.
They need to throw people like her in jail. Doesn't matter what her rank is. You can't have that's insurrection. When a police official or a elected official says resist the federal government, that's a crime, or it should be an insurrection crime.
It really
that's
should
what
be.
they threw on the J6ers was insurrection.
Absolutely.
They weren't evil at all. But the sheriff, whatever you call her, he's not qualified for anything. You know, she's totally a DEI hire. But they need to be putting these kind of people in jail, you know, because they are going to cause problems for ICE. Now, Pennsylvania, I know they've got a lot of illegals, probably in the Philly area. So if Trump or whoever doesn't declare insurrection, are the cops going to shoot it out with ICE? You heard that recruitment video. Who are they appealing to? Gang members?
Incredible.
Yeah, Philadelphia used to be a proud, patriotic, segregated city. Now it's fallen, just like Chicago. There was a man named Frank Rizzo. He was the mayor of Philly. He was a great white man.
What was his name? Frank Rizzo?
Yeah, he was a mayor in the 70s.
Oh.
He was a police commissioner, and then he became a mayor. He was good, man. They had a statue.
I thought that was just a
to
guy
him.
in my chat. Never mind.
Well, he calls himself that.
Oh.
But they had a statue for Frank Rizzo, the mayor, and the commies took it down in 2020. I don't know if they took it down or vandalized it, or both.
Huh.
But he was a good man. You know, Google the real Frank Rizzo. Mayor of Philly.
We call him Rizzy for short. Yeah.
Rizzo. I think
joking.
it's R-U-I, I don't know, maybe
no, we got him on the screen.
R-U-I-Z-Z-O. Pardon?
No, we got him on the screen, but thank you, man.
Yeah, good man. There's a lot of good white men that are fading away from history. As America becomes darker, our white heroes will be vanquished from the history books. Yeah,
Terrible. I don't support such a thing. Mark, man, can you call me again?
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
All right, take care.
Bye.
888-775-3773. Let's keep it rolling in the last few minutes of the show, showing love to the callers. I appreciate y'all. Really quick, though. Thank you, someone with the coffees. That's so generous. Thank you. Thank you, Barbecue Pringle with a coffee says, I bet 80 million gringos would trade a nation of fake freedom, liberty, and justice for a space-age ethno-state made for ascension. Wait, what? Wait, what did I just read? I bet 80 million gringos would trade a nation of fake freedom and liberty and justice for a space-age ethno-state made for ascension. Maybe. Maybe. You're saying 80 million white people would happily trade America away to have their own place. Their own first-class place. Is what I think he's saying. Eric, thank you for the coffee, says, what is the Matrix? It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? that you are a slave. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, into a prison that you cannot taste or see or touch, a prison for your mind. Eric continues, says, Zenny's not wrong. If you want to know who controls you, ask who you're not allowed to criticize. Who controls the narrative owns the mind. Can't criticize them. He puts in capitals with quotation marks. Them. Well, he didn't do that, but it had that effect. Thank you, Eric, with the super chat. Thank you for the support over there. Rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. Punchy.tv/Anchor Baby. Thank you, everybody. That's amazing. And hold on. Let me not move on too fast. Yes, Gunner, thank you for that. And I think I missed this one the other day. I appreciate your super chat. It says, everything fake. Incredible. Last few minutes, folks. Let's get to Art, Ohio. You're on the air.
What's up, Nick? How you doing?
All is well, sir. Go ahead.
Can you hear me good, brother?
Loud and clear.
All right. So I was listening to Rick or whatnot. So this Christmas, I went out of town or whatnot, and I went down there to Virginia to see my brother, and I stayed a couple nights at my grandfather and rest in peace to my grandmother's house or whatnot. I stayed a couple nights over there, and then I went and stayed the other couple nights at my big brother's crib. And we got to talking that politics stuff, Nick.
Uh-huh.
You hear me? We got into that that politic talk real quick, and his baby mom she don't understand how we are. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So she was doing that liberal jump in the middle of it. Oh, y'all, let's just switch the subject. And me and my brother was just blocking her out because he like he ain't gonna say he a liberal. This point blank period. He a Democrat mindset and everything. And we just kept going, but that's one thing I can say about me and my brother or whatnot, that we can have a deep conversation. It just seemed like we at each other's neck, but it ain't going to change the fact that that's my brother. Ain't no politics going to ever come between me and my brother. You see what I'm saying? Totally. It'll come between me and my sister and my mom before it will my brother. But like how me and my brother was an example to his baby mom, that's the best thing we can do for my mom and my sister, because they typically take that feminist feelings, mindset. Oh, he against abortions. Well, I'm cutting him off. That's how they typically are. You see what I'm saying? But if my brother's baby mom seeing how we was and we was talking stuff to each other and getting our little points across, we changed the conversation to something else real quick. You see what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't mad at each other. He ain't like he was trying to go against Trump, and I was like, heck nah, you tripping, bro. You need to stop watching CNN. And I was spitting my little facts and or whatnot, and we just changed the subject or whatnot. But what made me think about that is when Rick said that, and everything that Rick was saying, I agree with him. And it's like, well, what are you supposed to do with them down there in Virginia? You see what I'm saying? I had a conversation with my sister like 2 years ago about the illegals, and she was like, oh, they come over here and they work. She basically was pro-illegal. And I'm like, you tripping, baby.
Right.
We damn near
run
together.
That's pro-legal talk.
Oh, nah, my sister in Virginia was pro-illegal. And I'm thinking in my head, love her to death, but how you gonna give something that you don't got? She's struggling, we all struggling. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's like you up here capping and caping for the illegals and stuff, and you can't even do that because you struggling like me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like, what do you say and what do you do with them? Because they for high taxes. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
And they for fraud. They're for fraud. You see what's going on in Minnesota and California and any other these sanctuary states, they for fraud. So when you sit there and elect that governor that's in Virginia, what do you expect that she's going to do? Y'all basically saying, hey, go ahead and keep scamming us out of money. Oh, and keep giving the illegals our jobs too.
Yeah.
So if the state, like, bam, prime example, when basically they basically derailed me when I was out here selling weed or whatnot. And when they did that, and I'm using this as a small example, but you can use an ant farm or a mouse farm to understand like how that follow the leader mindset works. So when they basically was on some communist stuff and basically robbed me and messed me up when I was out here selling weed or whatnot, that messed their Democratic money up. Because you got to remember, when I get traffic tickets, I got to go down there and pay that $200, $170. When I go to court, instead of me sitting in the courtroom for a traffic ticket or whatnot, I just go up to the prosecutor and tell her, like, man, just go ahead and give me that little seatbelt ticket and that little speeding ticket or whatnot, and just push me to the front of the pile of the paperwork so I can get up out of here. And the prosecutor looked at me and was like, so you just going to go ahead and plead guilty to these little traffic? I said, yeah. And I'm like, go in there and tell the judge, I'll go ahead, whatever they want to charge me for the traffic tickets, I'm going to pay so I can go ahead and get up out of there. You should have seen his eyes when he looked at it. He like, huh? You telling him to go ahead? Because I think they was trying to suspend my license or something. And I'm like, hey, I basically, man, I'm from Columbus. I'm a hustler. I got a mouth on me. I know how to talk my way in and out of situations, as my rest in peace to my grandmother. So he was like, they trying to suspend your license. I said, look, if you don't just try to suspend my license, tell the judge he can charge me whatever he want to charge me. I pay it. And basically the prosecutor, whatever, he was looking at me like, huh? Oh, really? All right. He went and told him basically I kept my license, paid it. They busted me over my head, charged me some extra money or whatnot. What I'm saying is when they basically took me out the weed game or whatnot, they cut their money off. Because that's how Democrats get their money, through traffic tickets and keeping people going in and out of jail. So that's the same thing that's going in Virginia. They cutting off the American money to how they're able to eat. So everything is basically extortion. We're gonna tax you for Uber Eats. We're gonna tax you for how many miles you walk. We're gonna tax you for everything because they can't tax the American people, because basically what the Democrats do is that they shoot themselves in the foot. And then when they end up breaking themselves and they broke, then they try to go another means, a way of getting the money, and that's through charging you taxes on Uber, which don't make no sense. You see what I'm saying? Charging taxes on stuff that they shouldn't be charging taxes on. And this is a downhill effect or whatnot. But I try to bring all those in so people can get an understanding. What I'm saying is how the machine works. But I mean, basically,
I'm following you. I mean, and you could just like maybe see that in a more general way, and just like a badly run Democrat area, and then they turn around, and then they just turn around to say, actually, we need more money, so now you got to pay all this. So I'm definitely following your point there, sir. And it's like one of those things. Like, what will the people allow, right? But Art, man, I wish we could talk more. We are way over time, and I have to end the show right now.
I'll catch you later, brother.
Call me again, sir.
All right. Yep.
And callers, sorry I couldn't get to you. That's enough out of me. I gotta go. That's more American Anchor Baby tomorrow. Tuesday, Country Western Tuesday, the Hake Report, and more. Take care for now, folks. See you tomorrow. Peace.
The views, information, thoughts, and opinions expressed during this show are the individual's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of the JLP Network or Bond. Their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. The material and information presented here is for general information purposes only. The JLP Network and Bond name and all forms and abbreviations are the property of its owner, and its use does not imply endorsement of or opposition to any specific organization, product, or service.